But I think we'll have some great racing here from Denver. Back to you.
Thank you, Todd. Pro Ski Modified race number 2. Set to go, 15 racers taking to the line. Right now, let's take a look at today's course.
Today's course is unique for a couple of reasons. One is that a very small course, very tight, very difficult to pass on. Now on the start, the riders are going to leave the beach and go into a right-hand sweeper that's right in the middle of the course. From there, they'll go into a left-hand sweeper and then head back out towards the rear of the course with a slight right, a left, and then a hard right, left-hand sweeper down that back straightaway, and it's got a little jag in the back straightaway. It's not really straight. From there, they'll go into a left-hand sweeper, a right-hand turn up over the log jump. They'll make a left down the front straightaway to complete lap number 1, and then back out into that right-hand sweeper to continue on for a total of 12 laps. Now, the start is always important, but today the start is critical. The whole shot is going to be everything.
1 big right-handed first turn sweeper, 6 left-handed turns, 4 right-handed turns, and 1 log jump. On the line they go, the $35,000 West Coast Performance Nationals Pro Ski Modified race number 2. Good jump off the line by Jason Schultz, and he backs off. Boat number 9, the 2-time Australian champion, Todd Ross.
Todd Ross with good anticipation up the line, and boy, did he do something right. Something hooked up there, and he pulled everybody off the start.
Dan Fitzgerald goes wide, taking a beeline into the next turn. 2nd spot, boat number 4, the Flying Fish, Chris Fischetti. 3rd spot, boat number 12, Dan Fitzgerald.
And Fischetti again, impressive off the line. Didn't haul shot, but a solid second. Puts him right up there towards the top. And consistency is what wins championships, and he's right in the hunt now.
Boat number 9, Todd Ross, 19 years old. The Terror, they call him. Out of the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Leads this race. Last year, 9th overall in the National Tour. His best finish was a 6th place in just 1 race. Right now, he is leading it.
And Todd Ross, on this first lap, the only thing going through his mind is stretch this thing out, take advantage of the smooth water.
Our top 3 riders, Ross, Fischetti, and Fitzgerald. But listen to this, Jeff Jacobs is in 8th, Victor Sheldon in 11th, and Jason Schultz back in 12th. Big upsets in the making as the West Coast Performance Nationals continue. Stay with us. Back to the West Coast Performance Nationals, round number 3 of the IGSBA Budweiser Jet Sports Tour, Cherry Creek Reservoir, Denver, Colorado, Pro Ski Modified race number 2. Action continues with Todd Ross leading Chris Fischetti. Todd Ross, boat number 9, 19 years old, nicknamed the Terror, 5th-year pro, 2-time Australian, surf titles, and national champion. This is his best race ever. He leads Chris Fischetti, Tim Tynan, Dan Fitzgerald, and Minoru Kanamori.
A lot of new faces up in the top 5 today. Chris Fischetti in 2nd. Right now, look at his style. Looks to me like he's trying to conserve his energy and just wait it out a little bit. Let fatigue kick in and then make his move.
Talking about great races, Tim Tynan is in 3rd spot, trying to move up on Fischetti. Another new face. We see him in freestyle now and then, and he is a pro rider, but this is his best race ever, currently in 3rd.
Another rider who's been showing some impressive rides over the last couple of weekends is Dan Fitzgerald in 4th place. Dan putting in a great ride today. Came up the line real well and now worked his way up into 4th place.
Dan recently opened his own business. Now, he's a CPA. He has years of racing experience, but actually he gets no time to practice during the midweek. He is currently in 4th spot. And take a look at this battle. Kanamori on the inside, boat number 8, and a white Protec Yamaha, Chris McCluggage.
McCluggage trying to get around the Kanamori. And look at Jacobs. Jacobs has now moved up. It's going to be a 3-way battle. This is a tight course. This is going to be some great racing.
Kanamori in 5th. McCluggage goes wide. Jeff Jacobs takes over 6th spot. McCluggage drops back to 7th, but he's not giving up at all. McCluggage now goes wide. Can he squeeze him off the next turn? Great race. McCluggage takes it back again.
And Jacobs now on the outside. McCluggage back on the inside, coming back towards shore. And look at McCluggage coming over trying to block Jacobs. Jacobs sets him up and dives underneath on the inside again.
Great block, but an inside move. Now Jacobs moves up on Kanamori. Kanamori looks back and just gives Jacobs 5th spot.
I I got to wonder if Canamori thought he was getting lapped. He's so used to Jacobs coming up from behind. Here's a look at the playback of this pass. McCluggage comes over trying to block Jacobs and avoid Canamori's wake. Jacobs so sets him up, dives underneath, and uses Canamori's wake like a berm. He's able to hold a much tighter line and can continue with a lot more speed through that sweeper.
Jeff Jacobs, boat number 1W. W standing for our world champion, currently in 5th spot aboard the PJS Kawasaki 750. The race for first spot. Todd Ross trying to hold off the flying fish, Chris Fischetti.
Fischetti now waited it out. He figures it's time to make a move, and he is doing just that. Now look at him. He's on the gas, cutting back and forth, trying to set Ross up, doing whatever he can to get by on this very difficult course.
Now the rider back there in 3rd, that is a lap rider. In fact, Jason Schultz had bolt problems. He is not a factor. Todd Ross, boat number 9, last lap. Checker flag will be coming out shortly. And really making it tough on him is the flying fish, Chris Fischetti. He has that boat pinned down the back straightaway.
Fischetti with a good drive down the back straightaway. Oh, something's wrong with Ross. Look at Fischetti gain on the outside.
Ross looks like he's having boat problems. Top end speed. Fischetti's trying anything he can do to get around him. Just 2 more turns.
Up over the long jump. Fischetti trying to sweep now around the outside.
Checker flag coming out, and we have yet another new winner. Out of the 6 Pro-Ski modified races we've had this year, we've had 5 different winners, and we have yet a new one. Todd Ross comes in first, followed by Chris Fischetti and Tim Tynan, a solid 3rd. Todd Ross, he started things off right with the hole shot, Larry.
But he bounced. Todd Ross kept the ski down in the water, had great drive going in the first turn. Fischetti was all over him, but on this tight race course, Todd rode a great race, and Fischetti was not able to get by him.
The 19-year-old Todd Ross, the terror out of Queensland, Australia, wins his first Pro-Ski modified race. And there's Chris Fischetti telling everybody in the pits how it happened. Well, Todd Ross first, followed by Fischetti, Tynan, Fitzgerald, and Jacobs. We'll be right back to speak with the wonder from down under.
Did you know that stress and certain vitamins...
Runabout Racing when we return. Off the line fairly even. In fact, there's one senior rider, Vanilla Ice, I believe it is, that's got a good jump. But Stevens just out-horsepowers everybody, making it look so easy on the start.
Pro Runabout Modified Racing. Race number 2, top 5. We have John Stevens, Bo Dupreece, David Lautenschlager, Robert Bagpock, and the hip-hopster, rapster Vanilla Ice is in 5th and trying to move up. In 2nd spot, last year's champion, fish, Chris Fischetti.
Fischetti now waited it out. He figures it's time to make a move, and he is doing just that. Now look at him. He's on the gas, cutting back and forth, trying to set Ross up, doing whatever he can to get by on this very difficult course.
Now the rider back there in 3rd, that is a lap rider. In fact, Jason Schultz had bolt problems. He is not a factor. Todd Ross, boat number 9, last lap. Checker flag will be coming out shortly. And really making it tough on him is the flying fish, Chris Fischetti. He has that boat pinned down the back straightaway.
Fischetti with a good drive down the back straightaway. Oh, something's wrong with Ross. Look at Fischetti gain on the outside.
Ross looks like he's having boat problems. Top end speed. Fischetti's trying anything he can do to get around him. Just 2 more turns.
Up over the long jump. Fischetti trying to sweep now around the outside.
Checker flag coming out, and we have yet another new winner. Out of the 6 Pro-Ski modified races we've had this year, we've had 5 different winners, and we have yet a new one. Todd Ross comes in first, followed by Chris Fischetti and Tim Tynan, a solid 3rd. Todd Ross, he started things off right with the hole shot, Larry.
The start today was very critical, and it was Jason Schultz with a great anticipation off the rubber band, but he bounced. Todd Ross kept the ski down in the water, had great drive going in the first turn. Fischetti was all over him, but on this tight race course, Todd rode a great race, and Fischetti was not able to get by him.
The 19-year-old Todd Ross, the terror out of Queensland, Australia, wins his first Pro-Ski modified race. And there's Chris Fischetti telling everybody in the pits how it happened. Well, Todd Ross first, followed by Fischetti, Tynan, Fitzgerald, and Jacobs. We'll be right back to speak with the wonder from down under.
Did you know that stress and certain vitamins